Hey YouTube, it's Bugout, and in this video I'm going to show you guys 10 essential, some may say, items for preppers to have in their everyday carry bag. And you guys probably seen a lot of my videos where I talk about my knives and multi-tools and other items like flashlights that I keep in my everyday carry bag. I also keep items like extra cash, as well as chargers for my phone. And I'll be doing a video on the other things, everything that I keep in my everyday carry bag here in the near future. But I want to take a break from doing product reviews and bring up the subject that is near and dear to my heart, which is being prepared, right? I wanted to walk through these items, starting off with things that can kind of kill you the fastest, where seconds or minutes matter to hours to days and things like that. I'll be leaving links in the description box down below, resources you guys can check out so that you guys can get a better understanding of how to prioritize things, as well as although I am CPR certified, I'm a Red Cross instructor for disaster preparedness. Anyways, I don't teach CPR, but kind of if you guys haven't already gone through CPR training, I would be sure to kind of sign up for a local class, contact the local Red Cross. I mean, there's no reason not to have CPR training in this day and age. But let's go ahead and begin. For those of you who have CPR training, you probably understand the importance of having aspirin, or if you're older or and you've experienced a heart attack yourself, or you know people who have, like myself, who both my father and grandfather have had heart attacks. Having a couple aspirin on you can be life-saving. Chewing a couple of these tablets whenever you're starting to experience the onset of those symptoms can literally save your life. So that's one of the first items, because heart attack, I mean, it's the most common way that people are dying once you get past your 20s. So, and I'll be leaving links of stats and stuff like that, so that I'm not telling you guys wrong information. But another quick way that you guys can depart the planet Earth is through bleeding out. Although not nearly as common as heart attacks, having something that you can that can absorb the blood, start the clotting process, and you can use this to apply direct pressure to a wound without compromising your own immune system by using your bare hands. Having cotton squares is a great thing to have. And it can also be used in combination with something else I'm going to talk about to make an excellent tinder to start a fire, and I'll talk about that here in a second. But then the last thing is just having some sort of basic first aid kit, if it's small, and there's no reason not to, especially if you're like me and you carry a pocket knife on you all the time. If you've been nicked as many times as I have, or if you just have kids, or just anybody, and you really should have a first aid kit on either on their in their bag or their car. Moving on to the other ways to die, and I'm sorry if this sounds kind of morbid, but hypothermia kills a lot of people who are trying to enjoy the great outdoors. So having some way of mitigating that is kind of essential. In addition to the people who are enjoying the great outdoors, some people who are just stuck in the great outdoors via transportation of their vehicle that's broken down on the side of a road. Whenever your car is not working, your heat goes as well. So having a way of staying warm is a great thing to have. There's lots of ways you can do that, but having a poncho with the mylar material that reflects 80% of your body heat back to you is a good way of keeping that your core temperature up, which is essential for your survival. And then moving on to being able to start a fire. Obviously, having a fire is going to keep you warm if you're able to start one. So having a lot of Bic lighters, all these things are not very expensive. And having Bic lighters, yes, they can fail you, but honestly, there's not too many better sources of reliable, producing reliable flames than Bic lighters. And if one fails, you got another one. I mean, they're not expensive. And then using Vaseline, not only just for its intended medical purposes, you could say, or ways of, you know, keeping your lips from being chapped. You can combine this with cotton squares to create great tinder that burns a long time, and then you can build your fire upon that tinder that you've lit with your Vaseline and cotton squares. And using the Vaseline helps with the wind burning or blowing out your flame if you're using Vaseline. So excellent ways of starting a fire. I think you can see that I got 2 water bottles back here, but water and us having ways of finding new sources of drinkable water. Not having that can also kill you within just a matter of days, just, you know, 2 or 3 days sometimes. So being able to not only filter but also purify your water using the empty containers of things that hopefully was hydrating you to that point. Being able to continue to replenish your fluids is also essential, and it's more important than the last thing, which is food. Although you're going to experience hunger probably a few times every day, it is not essential, or not as essential for your survival as some of the, as far as time critical as some of the other items here. But having food, yes, you can. It's true you can last a couple of weeks or maybe even up to 3 weeks without food, but you need to have a way of replenishing the calories that you're burning, and having something that can also help your blood sugar is good to have. Also, one other thing I wanted to mention is that I purchased all these items at my local base exchange, and whenever you look at all the pricing, you can see that it doesn't cost a lot of money. It is around $50 for 10 of these items, and some of them I have, like I said, multiple items. I got 2 waters and 3. So if I'm able to purchase these here, and you should definitely, especially if you're in the States, you know, with your Targets and your Walmarts and stuff, you should have no issues being able to find and purchase any of these items. But those are just, like I said, those are just 10 of the items that I recommend to put into your everyday carry bag. But I would love to hear you guys' feedback. What are your items, or your top 10 items that you keep in your everyday carry bag? And if you'd like to see my everyday carry bag, please let me know in the comment section down below if you have any suggestions of other things you would add in addition to what's on the table and what I've already shown you. Please let me know. I'm always trying to learn. We can learn from each other and grow that way. Anyways, y'all stay safe out there, and remember, it pays to be prepared. God bless. Or if you're stuck in the woods and you need to make a boom boom, you can use this to clean up after yourself. And then, of course, the reason that this is in the video is because you need to be able to clean and polish your brass